Hello students, good morning. Today in this session of class, I am going to continue the application of diffraction of light. So in the previous video, I explained about diffraction of light. So with the derivation. So you know what is diffraction of light? Bending of light around a small obstacle is said to be diffraction of light. See, to explain diffraction of light, we have taken a diffraction through small hole. So that can helps to explain the resolving power of microscope and the resolving power of telescope. So today in this session of class, I am going to explain the resolving power of the optical instruments by using diffraction concept. So try to understand carefully. Here we have taken, see, if I consider an optical instruments like telescope and microscope, there we are using convex lenses. See, if we are using convex lens, it is used as a converging lens. So after a parallel beam of light is passing through this lens, you will get a bright spot of light at the principal focus. So that bright spot of light is treated as central maxima. Surrounding that, this is what central maxima. Surrounding that, it is the secondary minima. So surrounding the secondary minima, there should be secondary maxima. So here, to understand the resolving power of optical instrument, so this central maxima plays an vital role, important role. So here the formula, so you have to remember only the formula, direct formula. See, this is what the convex lens and this is the intensity of light. So this graph indicates that it is the maximum intensity, it is the zero intensity, and this is the maximum, but it is secondary minima. So that's why, so this shaded circle is central maxima, this space is secondary minima, so the outer space, the shaded space is secondary maxima. So we want the size or radius of the central maxima, that will decide the resolving power. Okay, to understand the resolving power of optical instrument, so the general thing we have to remember is, so that radius of central bright fringe or central maxima. So that radius, here we name it as, technically it is limit of resolution. So this is what the thing you have to remember. So what is the limit of resolution? So it is the radius of the central maxima. Radius of the central maxima obtained during the diffraction pattern. So that bright spot is similar to the diffraction pattern. Okay, so that radius is equal to, mathematically it should be 1.22 lambda f divided by 2a. So lambda is the wavelength of light used for the diffraction of light, and f is the focal length of this convex lens, and a is the diameter of the aperture. So I was taken 2a. 2a is the diameter of the aperture. Okay, so in some cases we can take 1.22 divided by 2 as 0.61. So it can also be written as 0.61 lambda f by a. So this value, whatever the central spot we are getting after the image formation by the convex lens, so that image size central maxima or central maxima is whose radius r0 is equal to 1.22 lambda f divided by 2a. So that is technically we name it as limit of resolution. So this value will decides the power or resolving power of the optical instrument. So you know the definition of resolving power, it is the ability to converge or diverge the incident parallel beam of light. So if I consider a convex lens, it is the ability to converge. If I consider a concave lens, it is the ability to diverge. That capacity or the ability of the lens is said to be the resolving power. Okay, so here, so that value will increase the stability or the concentration of the instrument there. So here, if I consider for telescope, so you know what is telescope, that we were already discussed about the telescope by using ray concept. So with the ray concept, you already know what is telescope. So telescope is an optical instrument used to see very far distinct objects. So there we are using two lenses. One is a eye lens, another one is a objective lens. So here, there both are convex lenses we have taken. So there for telescope, we can say limit of resolution. Limit of resolution depends on the angular distance. So we are using the formula, the relation between angular and linear, x is equal to r into theta, we know the formula. So x is the distance, linear distance, r is a radius and theta is angular. So the relation between linear and angular is r theta, we are using the same concept. So if I multiply focal length with the angle subtended or angle subscribed, so there f into delta theta, here f into delta theta will gives limit of resolution. In that delta theta we name it as limit of resolution. So you know the value of f into delta theta is equal to r. In place of x we have taken r naught, in place of r we have taken focus, principal focal length, and in place of theta we have taken delta theta. So r naught we know that. What is the formula for limit of resolution? 0.61 lambda f by a. So finally delta theta can be written as 0.61 lambda by a. So here for telescope, delta theta is called limit of resolution. Limit of resolution. So this is the formula for limit of resolution. So you have to remember this formula. So limit of resolution delta theta for telescope. I am talking about telescope. Delta theta is equal to 0.61 lambda divided by a. Clear now? So if I take the reciprocal of this delta theta, that is the definition of resolving power. Resolving power of telescope. So if they ask define resolving power of telescope, we can define like this. So resolving power of telescope is defined as the reciprocal of limit of resolution. Reciprocal of limit of resolution, Rp is equal to 1 by delta theta. Then what is the formula for that? So it will become a in the numerator, 0.61 lambda in the denominator. So on what factors the resolving power depends? It depends on the radius of this one, or we can say diameter of the aperture. So diameter of this convex lens. So first one. Second one is wavelength of light used. If wavelength of light used is a longer wavelength, if it is longer wavelength, so delta theta increases. But what about resolving power? Decreases. Clear? Because the definition of resolving power of telescope is the reciprocal of limit of resolution. Clear now? I think there is no confusion here. So I want to repeat that statement once again. For telescope, delta theta is called limit of resolution, whose value is 0.61 lambda by a. The reciprocal of limit of resolution is said to be resolving power. So the factors in which the resolving power depends is the diameter of the aperture and the wavelength of light used. Only two factors in telescope. So let us come to the microscope. So microscope is one more optical instrument. That one also we have discussed in ray optics. There in ray optics, we have taken two types of telescope. Microscope. One is simple microscope, another one is compound microscope. So you know the ray diagram and how they can work. You're already familiar about that thing. Here we have to discuss on the basis of the diffraction of light, how the power, ability of converge or ability of diverge can decide. So let us consider. So this is what the microscope ray diagram we have taken. So let us consider a simple microscope here, a convex lens. An object is placed here. The image of the object is obtained here. So this image is the central maxima what we have taken according to diffraction pattern. let us assume this diameter of the central maxima as 1.22 lambda f divided by d will take. So what is the diameter of the aperture or the objective lens? Diameter of the objective lens. Here the distance from optic center to the object is focal length, because the object is placed exactly on the focal length. That's why for magnification m is equal to image distance divided by object distance. Since the object is placed exactly on the principal focus, that's why we have taken V by F. So this is the formula for magnification. Now I want the value of diameter of this convex lens. For that reason, if I take a right angle triangle here, see, this is what the right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, let us consider beta is the angle subtended with respect to this principal axis, beta. So now from here to here it is d by 2, half of the diameter or radius we can say. And let us consider the tan function. Tan function is tan beta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. Adjacent side is focal length, opposite side is d by 2. That's why d by 2 divided by f. Tan beta is equal to d by 2 divided by f. Then the diameter of the objective lens, d is equal to 2 times the focal length into tan beta. So you have to remember this formula. And according to the condition for central maxima, so this size depends upon the distance between two objects. Suppose if there are two objects, so it depends on the, so if these two objects are placed like this, close together, so like this if we are placing, so there should be some minimum distance between these two objects. Then that minimum distance is said to be, so minimum separation. So to resolve these two objects, there should be some minimum distance between the two objects. That minimum distance is decided by this central maxima, because through this minimum gap there should be a bending of light takes place. So when the light passing through this minimum gap will get central maxima. So that is decided by the diffraction pattern. That's why the minimum separation is given by d minimum is equal to 1.22 lambda f divided by capital D. Capital D, you know, the diameter of the aperture. Lambda is the wavelength of light used. F is the focal length of the convex lens. Here I am replacing d by, here it becomes 2 tan beta. 2f into tan beta, f get cancels here. We can substitute the value of d here. It will become 2f tan beta. 2f tan beta, f get cancelled. We get 1.22 lambda only divided by 2 into tan beta. So if the space between object and objective, so objective is nothing but objective lens. If the space between object and objective is air media, then the formula for minimum separation is 1.22 lambda divided by 2 beta. But if there is a medium whose refractive index is greater than the air media, so then the formula becomes d minimum is equal to 1.22 lambda f divided by 2n tan beta. So where n is the refractive index of the media, place it between object and objective in the microscope. Since the minimum separation depends on 1.22 lambda f, here f get cancelled, sorry, there is no f, 1.22 lambda divided by 2n into tan beta. So therefore, if I want to consider their resolving power is defined as the reciprocal of minimum separation in the microscope. You got it? So then the formula can be reduced to 2n tan beta divided by 1.22 lambda here. So then what is the definition of resolving power of microscope? Resolving power of microscope is the reciprocal of minimum separation between the two objects. So the formula for minimum separation is this one. So for air media, this is for any media. So that's why, on what factor does the refractive, resolving power depends. How to increase the resolving power of the microscope if they ask. For 2 marks, you should write 2 points. First one is, if an oil is placed between object and objective, here in this region, if an oil is placed of high refractive index, then if the refractive index increases, d minimum decreases, but the resolving power increases. Such a type of microscopes are said to be oil immersed microscope. Oil immersed microscope. The second type of microscope is So if you are increasing n dm, it means minimum separation decreases, resolving power increases. But if you are increasing the value of lambda, d minimum increases, but the resolving power decreases. So that's why to increase the resolving power, we have to take the shorter wavelength. Shorter wavelength means ultra wavelengths. So if the wavelength is less than the visible light, I mean violet light, such a wavelengths are said to be, such a radiations are said to be ultraviolet radiations. If we are using instead of visible light, if the microscope can use ultraviolet radiations, such a microscopes are said to be ultra microscopes. So for ultra microscope also resolving power is high. Clear now? So this is the two methods to increase the resolving power of microscope. So this is one of the important question for your examination. So these formulas are very important. So one is the limit of resolution, another one is resolving power for both microscope and telescope. Clear now? So in the next video, so only one concept is remaining in wave optics, that should be the polarization of light. So dear students, in the next video I am going to explain about polarization of light. So that is the end of the wave optics theoretical part. Okay, thank you for watching this video.